Hi. So, one of the first things that they want me to talk to you is a little bit something that most of us already know, but they want each one in here to get the same uh, knowledge, or at least stay in the same frequency, same kind of vibe. Like every person is in the right mind. So they want for me to talk about soul path, DNA, all of these things that we already discussed and we maybe know already. But it's about the importance, because that way we don't focus in those questions later on about the things that they're going to say. So as you know, we have a soul, we are a spirit. We are a spirit having this human body. With this, we have been hearing about the Akachi record. This is the huge library that all of the information is stored. It's about all of the dimensions. Every single soul is there, or every single spirit is there. So that's the Akachi record. That's the keeper. That's the bookkeeping. Everything is recorded and saved in there. Not all of us have the right to enter when we are reincarnated, but as a spirit, we can go back and forward to take the lessons and maybe go back and see what we need to learn and where we're going to be going back. Always stay in the same dimension of frequency. That's one thing. We know about what it is, soul path. But they want for you to understand. Soul path is the way that our spirit is believing since the moment that since the moment that we were created. So we have our soul path that is like a map of everything, every lesson, or everything that we have to go through. We can know in that moment in what time, or maybe how we were created and everything. But we have a soul contract. That means that every time that we have a life, no matter where, this is something that you need to understand. We have tons of galaxies out there. We have a lot of planets. We are not created the same way. We are not coming from the same place. Something that you need to start grabbing your mind, or maybe around your mind, of how it is. So, all of us living in this dimension come from different places. We are, some of us, or maybe a lot of us that we are in here, we are stuck in this dimension. That's why we want to go home so badly, even more badly than others. So, we have our soul contract that had to be with that specific time frame. So we have the soul path. This is our soul. This is what we are living, where we are going through, or where we're supposed to go. And this is our soul contract, what we are supposed to be living. What is the contract? What is the lessons in this specific life, or in each life? We have so many soul contracts during the time doing the soul path and stuff like that. That's one thing. We have soul path, soul contract. We have soul DNA. The soul DNA is exactly the same thing as we have as a body. The difference is like our soul DNA is who we really are. It contains all of the elements of who we are as a spirit, the reason that we are created. So the soul DNA is that part of us as a spirit that contain every information that we don't remember most of the time when we have a life. But we have, as you know, and this is something that they showed me recently, so I'm just giving it to you because it's going to be more important later. We're not supposed, I'm so sorry. We have a soul DNA and we have a DNA, a human DNA. We're supposed to be combining those things. But for some reason that they're not talking right now, that again they're saying that it's going to be in the future, our soul, in some point during all of these years and years and years, the soul DNA and the human DNA got separated. And that's why we get so disconnected from our abilities. That's why you hear about soul activations. It's so about like DNA activations and all of those things, because it's true that when you allow that DNA to get into your human DNA, it get that kind of bond, like you know how you see it. That's why scientific nowadays, they cannot understand the full concept because part of that human DNA is related to some kind of soul DNA. And I know it's confusing. I'm not a science person or a scientific person or less a doctor, but that's the way. So keep looking into that. But we have a soul DNA that allow us, because from our ability, like they're showing me something, so sorry. The way that they're showing me is like when we were created as a baby in a human form, the DNA determine if we are going to be more intelligent or no, if we're going to be sensitive or not. There's some predisposition that DNA come within. The spiritual part of the things that have to be with our spirit or our soul are encrypted in that human DNA. But again, something happened that we are not connecting with that part and we are kind of separate. And that happened years and years ago, but that's not how humans were created at the beginning. Shocking, right? But that's the way that they're saying. So our soul DNA, because of how we are going to be more predisposed to certain abilities. So that's why we have people that is more clairvoyant. We have people that is more claircognizant, because their soul DNA reacts more easily to those abilities that come. Remember that the psychic abilities don't have to be nothing with the spirituality, nothing with the soul, but is the tool that this body is giving us to be able to kind of communicate and react in some kind of lesson, because that's part of the lessons that we have in the soul contract as human, to be able to overcome and learn about our spirituality of who we are as a soul, if that makes sense. I hope that I don't confuse you girls. So having that in mind, don't forget that it's going to be really important later. You need to know that the soul contract, the soul path, the soul DNA, so far that's what they're talking about. The lessons that we came here to learn, because in all of the galaxies, we have different type of spirit. But as far as they are telling me, you're right. Earth is the only planet or the only dimension that have a human physical form. This way, this body, we cannot find it in any other part of the universe. It just belongs to this dimension or this planet, I will say. So that it is so important for us to come here, because we can learn certain things in here that we cannot learn in other places, because in higher dimensions it's more ethereal, it's more about the concept, it's more about who we really are, it's about keep moving forward about other things that happen. They still teaching me certain things in there. So that's the important. They are showing me things about the story that you will get surprised. But you need to know about that. They are kind of giving me up to speed, because they want to each one of you to really get all of the information as possible. Okay, next thing that they want to talk to in this video. Something else? Okay. We know about past life. The importance of knowing past life is because when you remember, you don't have to remember the past life to the full, but when you get the information, when you have certain information about your past soul, your past life, you can get memory, so you can understand even more the lessons that you have in here. That's the way that they're saying. Other thing that you need to put attention to. Okay, so they're saying that that's good for now. They don't want to do long videos, because that way, even that it could be a lot of videos, kind of like giving me a lot of work in there, but that way you don't get bored. They say that humans that happen, and they want for you to be able to get that time to keep learning. I know that a lot of you know about this already, but they want for those that are new to start looking for this information, because it's going to be really important in the future. Okay, so if I remember something else, because they're kind of grasping me in my okay, in my mind, they're saying that everything is done. We are going to be talking about star seeds uh, in the next video, and they're going to be able to give us some more detail, and I'm gonna be posting some information that I've been finding in about that. Okay, sweetie. So I hope that this video really helped to all of you that are new and kind of give a refresh and even more understanding about this soul path, soul DNA, soul contract, Akachi record. Okay, sweetie. So to the next video.